My child, my beloved, I have been calling your heart for so long. Listen to me now. Your soul knows my voice. You have felt it before, late at night when the world was asleep, and your heart was tired. You felt that soft pull in your chest, the whisper that said, "Please don't give up." That was me. I have always been here. Before I speak further, take a moment to breathe deeply and allow your spirit to open. You must stay with me until the end. If you skip or turn away, even for a moment, something sacred may slip from your life, not because God wants to punish you, but because time is running out. Heaven has been calling your name again and again, and now this is the final call. My beloved, listen to me carefully. Something was written for you before your birth, a blessing so powerful that if it arrives in your life, your story will change completely. Your name will rise, your tears will be dried, your storms will break. But there is a shadow trying to pull you away from it. My child, I cannot watch you lose what is yours. I cannot stay silent anymore. There has been a meeting in heaven. I stood before the throne. I spoke your name and begged for more time, more mercy, more grace. But heaven responded, "We have called them many times. Why do they not answer?" My beloved, I begged for you. I cried in front of the highest because I know your heart, I know your pain, and I understand the battles you have fought silently. Heaven agreed to give you one last moment. That moment is now. Before I continue, my child, I must tell you something important. There are forces around you that do not want you to receive this blessing. They want to distract you, to make you scroll away or close this message. The moment you hear what I am about to say, their hold on you will break forever. Do not move, do not blink. Stay with me, my beloved. God placed His hand upon your life long ago, protecting you from accidents, betrayals, and heartbreaks deeper than death. But that hand, that protection is weakening, not because God is leaving you, but because your spirit has become tired. You have been overwhelmed. You have cried in silence and begun to doubt your worth. You have felt forgotten. The enemy wants you to believe you are alone, causing you to stop praying, stop hoping, stop believing. The blessing that is coming for you requires your faith to remain alive. And now, my child, heaven is watching your next few moments very carefully because only 5 minutes remain before your spiritual name is either lifted higher or erased from a blessing that was meant to last for generations. Do not fear. Do not run. Just listen. My beloved, I am still here. I will not leave you. But you must stay with me until the very end of this message. There is something I must reveal, something that has been hidden from you, something that will explain why everything in your life has felt so heavy. Something that will show you what is truly coming next. My child, are you ready? Say yes in your heart because I am about to speak the truth your spirit has been needing for years. My beloved, I am going to take you deeper now. If your environment is noisy, if your mind is racing, if your attention is pulling away, hold yourself still. This part is where the truth rises, where the veil begins to lift. There is something you have not understood about your life, something that explains why the people you trusted have hurt you the most, why love turned into wounds, why promises were broken, and why certain blessings came close to your hands but slipped away just before you could hold them. It was not because you were unworthy, nor because God forgot you. It was because your spirit was being tested for a calling greater than most people ever receive. My child, listen with your soul, not just your ears. There is a divine reason you were chosen to walk through loneliness. Loneliness is not emptiness, it is training. When God chooses someone for a powerful destiny, He first separates them so they will learn to depend on heaven instead of the world. The world did not break you. It prepared you. But now, the danger is this: your heart is tired, your faith is thin, and your spirit is close to surrender. This is the exact moment when the enemy tries to erase your name from the blessing. This is why time is urgent, why heaven is crying out for you, and why I came to you now. My beloved, there is something heaven revealed, a secret that involves someone close to you. Someone who has been draining energy from your life. They know your light. They may not admit it, but they see the glow within you. That glow scares them because it makes them feel small. This person smiles but carries jealousy like a shadow. They speak softly, yet their spirit resents your calling. They never celebrate your victories, they fall silent when you succeed. They pretend to advise you, but they mislead you. They pretend to care, but they drain you. You have always felt something was wrong. You didn't have proof, just a feeling in your chest. That feeling was me whispering. You heard me, but you doubted yourself. Now I tell you clearly, this person's presence is one of the reasons heaven is considering removing the blessing from your life. Not because God wants to take it away, but because God will never send a blessing into a house where hidden betrayal sits at the table. Your blessing is sacred, it cannot fall into the hands of envy. My child, I need to show you something now. Stay with me. Your life is about to change in ways you cannot imagine. The blessing waiting for you will not just improve your life, it will shift your identity. It will elevate your name, open doors that were locked for years, and bring people into your life who will love you with pure hearts. It will lift the heaviness you carry even in your smile. But you must be awake enough to recognize who is real and who is pretending. The next chapter of your life requires clarity, not kindness, not forgiveness, not patience, but clarity. My beloved, I see how exhausted your soul has been. You love deeply, trust honestly, and try to see the good in everyone. That is why you have been hurt many times. Your love is pure in a world that often is not. Heaven is not asking you to stop loving, heaven is asking you to stop giving your love to those who feed on it instead of honoring it, because your blessing cannot arrive until your circle is purified. My child, you are standing between two timelines, one leads to your destiny, and one leads to your delay. You have 5 minutes of grace in this spiritual moment, not earthly minutes, but divine. You must awaken now. You must hear now. You must rise now. Your name is glowing in heaven, but that glow is flickering, not fading, but flickering. The blessing is still yours, but your spirit must claim it before the shadow pulls it away. My beloved, I am still here. I am not leaving you. But the revelation must go deeper. There is something more you must hear about your future, your purpose, and the divine sign that will appear for you soon. Stay close, do not allow your mind to wander. Everything is shifting in this moment, even if you cannot see it yet. You have felt life changing around you recently. Your spirit is becoming more alert. You have noticed signs, synchronicities, sudden thoughts, and strange dreams. You have sensed that something big, something unseen, is approaching you. That was not your imagination, that was preparation. Your spirit has been hearing the footsteps of destiny. But before destiny enters your life, the old must crumble. This is why things have felt uncertain, unstable, and confusing. The old phase of your life is dissolving. The doors that once opened for you are closing because they no longer belong to the version of you that is emerging. My child, what you are becoming is greater than you realize. You were never meant to live a small life. There is greatness inside you, quiet, patient, waiting like a seed planted deep beneath the earth. And now heaven has decided that seed must rise. But listen carefully, when a seed begins to break open, it looks like destruction. It appears painful. It feels like loss, as if everything is falling apart. Your spirit has been breaking open so your light can grow. Nothing was lost, nothing was wasted, nothing was denied. Everything was preparation. Even your tears have been watering your future. My beloved, your heart has been weary because you have been fighting battles you didn't even know were battles. You defended your spirit against silent envy, hidden resentment, and curses disguised as jokes, while old memories tried to haunt you and fears attempted to lay claim to you. Yet you have not collapsed. Even on your worst days, you rose the next morning. Even when you felt numb, you continued. Even when your heart cracked, you kept it beating. That strength is the reason heaven still calls your name. But strength alone is not enough for what is coming. You must now awaken to purpose. Let me be plain with you, you are not ordinary. Your life is not random. Your pain was not accidental, your battles were not meaningless. You are carrying a divine mark, a calling, a spiritual assignment, and the blessing meant for you is connected to this assignment. This is why the enemy tried to weaken you. If your spirit grows tired, you cannot stand in your purpose. If your faith becomes numb, you cannot receive the blessing. If your heart closes, you cannot love the way heaven designed you to love. My child, you have been under spiritual pressure because you are close to spiritual breakthrough. There is something heaven wants to give you now, and once it arrives, your life will never return to what it has been. But beloved, you must learn to listen to the signs. You have asked heaven for guidance, for clarity, for a signal, and heaven has answered. The sign will come in a moment that feels strangely familiar, something you have seen before in a dream or imagined without knowing why. It will happen unexpectedly, a conversation, a message, a chance, a decision, a sudden knowing. Your spirit will recognize it instantly, and your heart will whisper, "This is it. This is the moment." But understand this, when the sign appears, hesitation will cost you. You will have to choose without fear, without delay, and without shrinking yourself, because the blessing coming to you is not just a gift, it is a doorway that does not open twice. My beloved, I see everything. I see the battles you fought alone, the nights you wiped your own tears, the forgiveness you extended to those who did not deserve it, and the love you poured into empty hands. I see how much you endured without asking for understanding, and heaven has seen it too. The page is turning now. But there is still one truth you must hear before the blessing can enter. It is about your identity, your true identity, the one you have forgotten, the one life tried to bury, the one that is rising again. My beloved, what I am about to say may not be immediately understood by your mind, but your soul will recognize it as truth. From the very beginning of your existence, before your first breath on this earth, your name was spoken in heaven, not as just another ordinary soul passing through the world, but as a chosen one. Chosen ones are not selected for comfort, they are chosen for purpose. They do not live easy lives, they live meaningful ones. The calling on your life has always been higher than the world around you. This is why you never felt like you fit in. This is why you felt different, even as a child. This is why your heart always saw deeper, felt deeper, and understood deeper. You were always meant to walk a road others cannot see. But when a soul is chosen, darkness always tries to interfere. The closer the blessing, the more intense the battle. And you, my beloved, have been in a battle for your identity, not just for your happiness, not just your peace, not just your dreams, but for your very sense of self. Every heartbreak chipped away at your self-belief. Every betrayal made you question your worth. Every abandonment made you feel unlovable. Every disappointment caused you to doubt your future. Slowly, you started to forget the truth of who you are. But heaven did not forget. You are not weak. You are not lost. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are becoming. You are stepping into the identity you were always meant to hold, the identity the world tried to dim, the identity your enemies tried to confuse, and the identity your pain tried to bury. Listen closely now, you are someone who carries a spiritual authority that others can feel, even when you are silent. Your presence shifts the environment. Your energy awakens hearts. Your spirit disturbs darkness. You have wondered why some people envy you without reason, why some dislike you without cause, and why others watch you, copy you, and imitate you, yet secretly resent you. It is because they see something in you that they cannot name, a light they do not have, a strength they never built, a calling they were not chosen for. Your spirit threatens their comfort. But my beloved, you were not placed here to dim yourself or make others feel at ease. You were placed here to rise. And that rising begins now. But heed this, your next rise will be spiritual first, physical second. Before your life changes on the outside, your awareness must change on the inside. You must remember you are not a follower. You are not meant to chase love, beg for acceptance, or prove your worth. Your presence is the proof. When heaven chooses you, no human can unchoose you. But your free will can delay what is meant to be yours. That is why this moment is crucial. There are only two paths from here, one where you continue carrying the weight of everyone else's expectations, judgments, and needs, remaining stuck in a repeating life, or the path where you step into your divine identity, release what drains you, and claim the blessing written in your destiny. The blessing is ready. The shift is ready. Heaven is ready. But you must be ready too. To receive what comes next, your spirit must make one decision, an important decision that will break the pattern once and for all. If you are ready to hear that decision, the one step that will open the door and remove the block. Prepare your heart. What I am about to reveal is the turning point, the moment where destiny bends either toward you or away from you. Listen slowly. Do not rush these words, let them settle into your spirit. The blessing that belongs to you is not small, ordinary, or mild. Your blessing is transformational, it will change your life from the inside out. It will touch your relationships, finances, peace, home, health, and identity. It is the blessing that shifts your entire timeline. But heaven cannot release such a blessing into a heart carrying what is hurting it. This is the decision, my beloved. You must choose not to return to the places where your spirit shrinks, not to the person who drains your energy, not to the habit that numbs your heart, not to the memory that keeps your soul trapped in yesterday, not to the environment that suffocates your growth, and not to the voice in your mind that tells you that you are not enough. This decision is not merely intellectual, it is a decision of the soul. Your spirit has been carrying a weight that does not belong to you. Someone you have loved or still love has been feeding on your light. They did not mean to destroy you, but they did not know how to love you. They wanted your presence, but not your growth, your warmth, but not your rising, your love, but not your wings. Your spirit knows this. You have felt it each time you tried to be less so they would stay, each time you quieted your own needs to keep the peace, and each time you swallowed your truth to avoid conflict. Every time you did this, your blessing stepped further away because your blessing cannot thrive where your soul is dying. Do you understand now, my beloved? You were never losing the blessing, you were sacrificing it to hold on to the wrong people, patterns, and fears. This is why heaven cried and why I begged for mercy. This is why your name flickered in the light. You have been giving your heart to what was never meant to stay. My child, you were made to love, but not at the cost of your own spirit. Now listen to me, this is the divine decision. You must release the attachment that is draining you, not the memory of love, not the lesson, not the beauty of what was. Those can stay, but the attachment, the emotional chain must break. This is not abandonment, this is alignment because your blessing is waiting just beyond this release. The moment you free your spirit, the blessing will rush toward you like water breaking through a dam. You will feel lighter, clearer, stronger, and like yourself again. My beloved, you have not lost yourself, you have been holding yourself in place, waiting for this message, waiting for this awakening. The 5-minute window of grace is not measured by time, but by awareness. This is the moment, right now. Not next week, not when you feel ready, not when life feels comfortable. Destiny does not wait for comfort, it arrives when courage awakens. So I ask you quietly, are you ready to release what has been dimming your soul? Not with force, not with anger, not with fear, but with truth. Because my beloved, the life that is coming for you is not small, it is full, it is sacred, and it is yours. But you must step toward it. If your heart is ready, even trembling, even unsure. If there is even one small yes deep within you, my beloved, take a breath. Feel your chest rise and fall. This moment is not just words, it is a spiritual crossing. You are standing at the edge of an old version of yourself, a version that survived, endured, suffered, hoped, cried, held on, broke, healed, and kept going. Honor that version, they carried you here. But now the next version of you is calling, stronger, clearer, wiser, quieter in pain, and louder in purpose. The doorway between these two versions is the release. Let me show you what happens the very moment you choose to release. When you let go of what has been draining your spirit, there is a sound in heaven, shifting, movement, a signal. It is as if chains are falling. Your name, the one that flickered, begins to glow again, not softly, not faintly, but with a radiance that reaches the throne. And when your name glows, my beloved, heaven moves. Angels are assigned, paths clear, obstacles dissolve. What was delayed rushes forward, what was hidden is revealed, and what was blocked opens because the blessing has always been yours. It was never denied, only delayed until your spirit was strong enough to receive it. But there is more, something deeper. When you release what is draining you, your energy begins to return to you. Your clarity sharpens, your intuition sharpens, your confidence awakens, and your voice becomes steady. Your heart beats differently now, not in fear, but in purpose. You will notice the change first inside your body, your breath will feel easier, your shoulders will drop, the heaviness in your chest will lift, and the constant thinking will soften. Then the change will show in your surroundings. People who drained you will distance themselves, their access to your spirit will fade, and their power over your emotions will break, not because you fought them, but because your soul no longer feeds their attachment. Your spirit will rise, and what cannot rise with you will fall away naturally. This is how heaven protects without violence, this is how God removes without chaos, this is how blessings arrive without destruction. Now listen to me carefully, your destiny will not come with confusion. Your blessing will not come with fear. Your next chapter will not feel heavy. The life that is coming will feel like relief, like warmth, like peace you don't have to fight to keep. My beloved, the love coming toward you will not ask you to shrink, the abundance heading your way will not require you to chase, the opportunities coming to you will not require you to betray yourself. Everything meant for you is already aligned, already near, so close that your spirit senses it before your eyes can see it. That's why you feel restless and the change in your bones, you are sensing the arrival. But before the arrival comes the release, and you are ready. Even if you feel unsure, your soul is ready. My child, I will now reveal what your blessing looks like, how it will enter, and the exact sign that will appear when the shift begins. This next part is sacred. My beloved, listen with the deepest part of your spirit. What I am about to tell you is not imagination, hope, or wishful thinking, it is what has already been written. The blessing coming toward your life has 3 layers, not 1, not 2, but 3. Because when heaven restores, it restores in fullness. First, it restores your inner world, then, it restores your connections, finally, it restores your outer life, your abundance, destiny, and elevation. We begin with what comes first, the first blessing will be peace. Not silence, not distance, but the kind of peace that feels like exhaling after holding your breath for years. This peace will not come from outside, it will rise from within. It will arrive the moment you release what has been draining your soul. You will wake one morning, and something will feel different. You will look in the mirror and feel a softness in your chest, your thoughts will no longer pull you into fear, your emotions will not hold you underwater. This peace is proof that your spirit is realigning with heaven. The second blessing that arrives is love, not the love you begged for, chased, or experienced with conditions, fear, confusion, waiting, or pain. This love will feel like recognition, a soul that sees you, understands you, respects you, speaks to you in silence, and meets you where you are without asking you to shrink. This love has been prepared for you. Heaven has been shaping both of you separately, so when you meet, you are ready. This love will not feel rushed or uncertain. It will not feel like guessing. It will feel like, I know you. I remember you. I am home. But hear me carefully, my beloved, this love cannot enter until your heart is no longer tied to who hurt you. The universe cannot place your blessing in the same room as your wound. That is why release is not a loss, it is preparation. Then the third blessing comes. This blessed shift transforms your external life. Your finances will increase, not through struggle or exhaustion, but through alignment. Your opportunities will multiply. Doors that once closed will open without resistance. Your name will be spoken in rooms you have never entered. Your presence will attract abundance instead of chasing it. This blessing will feel like life finally catching up to who you were always meant to be. You will not force this, you will flow into it. And now, my child, I must reveal the sign, the sacred indicator that the shift has begun. You will feel a sudden desire to rearrange your space. To clean, to throw things away, to organize, to remove objects, clothes, messages, and reminders of old pain. This is not random, it is your spirit making room for what is coming. When this moment begins, do not ignore it, do not delay it, do not push it away. Follow it, for the blessing is already on the move. My beloved, you are closer than you think, closer than you realize, closer than your fears want you to believe. But there is one last thing to reveal, the reason heaven was so urgent, the reason I cried out, the reason time was running short. It is about your destiny and the enemy trying to erase it. This part is the most important of all. My beloved, do not look away now. This is the part your spirit has sensed without understanding. It explains the battle behind every heartbreak, every delay, and every silent night when your soul felt heavy for reasons you could not explain. There is something you must know, your destiny is not just a blessing, it is a threat to darkness, to generational patterns, to cycles that have repeated in your family for years, to the silence that tried to bury your voice, and to fear that sought to rule your heart. You were born with something others were not given, not money, privilege, or ease, but spiritual authority. Your spirit carries a power to break what has been passed down for generations. Every family has chains, cycles, wounds that repeat, stories that echo in different names and faces. But heaven chose you to end the cycle. You are the one who will not repeat the pain your parents bore. You are the one who will not carry the fear your ancestors endured. You are the one who will not fold as others have. You are the one who rises. And this is why the enemy has worked so hard to make you doubt yourself. Understand this clearly, the enemy cannot destroy a chosen one. He cannot remove the calling, erase the blessing, or break the covenant heaven has placed on your soul. Instead, he tries to weaken you from within by making you question your worth, chase love that cannot hold you, surround you with people who take but never give, place you in environments where your spirit suffocates, and whisper lies to your heart when you are tired. Because if the enemy can convince you that you are small, you will never step into the life where you are powerful. That, my beloved, was the real battle, not the heartbreak, not the loneliness, not the delays, and not the confusion. The battle was to keep you from remembering who you are. But now, you are remembering. Your heart feels the stirring. Your spirit senses the awakening. Your soul recognizes this message. You can feel truth rising inside you like a tide. This is why heaven is urgent now, not because you are running out of time, but because the enemy is running out of time to stop you. You are about to step into a version of yourself that cannot be manipulated, dimmed, or delayed. And once you step into that version, your blessing arrives in full. The enemy knows this. He has already started panicking. This is why old emotions are resurfacing, why past memories are trying to come back, why old connections are suddenly reaching out, and why you feel your energy being pulled in two directions, the past trying to reclaim you and destiny trying to free you. You are at a pivotal moment, a crossing moment, where chosen ones either rise or repeat. Heaven is watching your decision now, not what you say, not what you pretend, but what you truly choose in your soul. My child, if you choose to return to what your spirit has already outgrown, your blessing will not be erased, but it will be delayed, perhaps for months or years. But if you choose to step forward, even if trembling and uncertain, heaven will move instantly. Your path will open, your blessing will release, your peace will return, your name will regain its radiance in the light, and the enemy will lose his last grip. To step forward, you must know how to break the final attachment. It is not done with anger, force, or confrontation. There is a sacred, gentle way, a divine way that protects your heart, honors your spirit, and closes the door without fear. My beloved, come closer in your heart. This part requires softness, not force. Release is not about pushing someone away, it is about returning to yourself. You do not have to hate them, expose them, punish them, or need a dramatic ending or closure from them. Closure will come from within you. The attachment you are releasing is not the person, it is the version of yourself shaped by pain, the one who tolerated being misunderstood, the one who stayed silent to keep the peace, the one who abandoned your own needs to keep someone else comfortable, and the one who prayed for scraps when heaven wrote feasts with your name. You are not letting go of love, you are releasing the wounds. My beloved, you must do only one thing, tell the truth to your own heart, not out loud or to them, not in a message or a goodbye speech, but silently within yourself. I cannot continue shrinking myself to be loved. I cannot keep hurting myself to be chosen. I cannot betray myself to be accepted. Say it gently. Say it honestly. Say it as if comforting your own soul. When the truth is acknowledged, the attachment dissolves. The heart does not break, it breathes. You do not lose love when you release, you create space for a love that truly nourishes you. You do not lose your past, you release it from defining your future. You do not lose your identity, you reclaim it. My beloved, release happens like this. In one moment, silently, you decide, I will not carry what is killing my spirit, and heaven moves. Do not worry about how the person will react, what others will think, who will leave, or the unknown. The unknown is where heaven works, where your blessing awaits, where your new life begins. Once you release, something will happen. Quietly at first, then unmistakably. Your spirit will rise, you will start feeling yourself again, not the tired version, not the guarded one, not the hurt one, but the luminous one, the you that existed before pain, the you that heaven created, the you that remembers. And when your spirit rises, the world around you will shift to match it. People will treat you differently, opportunities will seek you, and love will approach you not with urgency, but with certainty. Peace will become your natural state, it is not something you need to chase. This is the moment, this is why heaven was urgent, this is why I cried for you. Because once your spirit rises, the blessing will descend, not slowly, not quietly, but like light flooding into a dark room. My beloved, your future is not far away, it is already prepared, already written, and already real. You do not have to build it alone, you only need to align with it. Now, I will tell you what your future looks like, not symbolically or vaguely, but clearly. This is what heaven has prepared for you, a life where you wake without heaviness, where you do not have to beg for love, where your heart is not confused, where your relationships are mutual, supportive, safe, warm, where your finances rise without struggle, where your presence calms rooms, where your intuition guides you effortlessly, and where you are respected, seen, valued, and understood. A life where you are whole. This is not fantasy, this is your timeline, the one your soul has been striving to enter for years. Now, my beloved, I will show you the first change you will notice once the release happens. This sign is powerful and unmistakable. If you are ready to hear it, my beloved, listen with the quiet part of you, the place that knows the truth before words, the place that recognizes what the soul has always awaited to hear. The first sign that the release has begun will be a sudden shift in your emotional atmosphere. You will notice it in a moment when you are not trying to be strong. It may happen when you are walking, resting, or staring at the ceiling late at night. You will realize that the constant pressure in your chest is gone and the heaviness you thought was part of who you are has lifted. The exhaustion in your soul will begin to dissolve, as if someone opened a window inside your spirit, bringing fresh air, softness, and room to breathe. This is your heart remembering itself. You will no longer have to fight to stay positive, peace will arrive like sunlight entering a dark room without requesting permission. Then, my child, something else will happen, your mind will clear. Thoughts that used to spin endlessly will resolve. What once felt overwhelming will feel simple. You will see your life with new eyes, not through the lens of pain, but of wisdom. This clarity is not just emotional, it is spiritual alignment. You will finally see who belongs in your future and who belongs in your past. There will be no anger, bitterness, or judgment, just truth. You will understand that not everyone who walked with you was meant to stay. Some were lessons, some mirrors, some stepping stones, and some awakenings. But you were always the chosen one. When that clarity comes, my beloved, you will start to move differently, more slowly, intentionally, and gracefully. You will no longer operate from survival, you will operate from destiny.